Hey guys, thank you for joining me for this video. This is going to be a new series. I know I'm all about doing series with my videos, but this one is going to be called You Ask. And I get a lot of really great questions in my message inbox here where you can send the personal or private messages on here. And I get some of them and I read them and answer them and think, wow, that's a question that I think could help a lot of people. And it's not necessarily a request for a particular tutorial or can you review this or something like that. It's more of just a question about makeup, applying it, doing something with the makeup process. And so I'm going to kind of do this kind of like a little classroom sort of exercise here. I'm going to share with you the first question that really inspired me to kick this off. I'm going to answer it and sort of give you my answer in a way that if you even wanted to take some notes or just, you know, want sort of a visual way for me to express what I'm saying, I think you'll enjoy this. So let's go ahead and start. This is a question from Diane. She says, I was wondering if maybe you can help me. I curl my lashes and they look more bent than curled. And when I apply mascara, the curl falls and they go straight again. I've tried Lash Blast and it did not work for me. Now I have Define-A-Lash and they still go straight. So maybe you can give any tips or recommendations on products, please. Thank you, Diane. And as soon as I read this question, I thought, what a universal question. I mean, what a problem. We've all been there, haven't we? And this is my little board here. This is what she was trying to tell me, I think. This was the problem she was having. The eyelashes look like they have one distinct bend in them rather than that gentle curve that you see in the ads and everything like that, the nice swooping curve that you think you should have, but not every lash curler gives you that, and not every mascara lets you keep that. So this is a combination problem we're dealing with on the process of curling lashes and also the mascara to maintain that curl. So this is basically a three-step solution to this. And so the first thing that I told Diane was to think of your lashes as hair. Okay, that is step one. Number one on the bullet point list. Think of it as hair. Your eyelashes, let's pretend you were going to do your hair and you're going to use a curling iron on it. What you would want to do is lock in that curl with some hairspray afterward. Well, you need to think of your eyelash curler as like your curling iron and the mascara as the hairspray. You want to have a good lash curler. One that I really like is this one from e.l.f. It's got these nice places so your fingers are nice and secure, and you want to do one eye at a time with this concept. So I would go in and curl my eyelashes, curl this eye, and then do my mascara immediately after. It's like there's the curl and now you're setting it, okay? And then I would do my other eye, curl it, and then do mascara. Don't curl both and then come back to it and do your mascara. One curl, then mascara, and repeat on the other eye, that two-step procedure there. You will notice that the curl holds better and you don't lose it, especially if you have eyelashes like mine that really like to be straight down, just naturally. They like to be straight and almost cover up part of my eye, so I hate that. So you really want to split it up into two steps. Okay, so the second part is as you curl, don't curl all at once. That's a really important step there, and it's something that a lot of people overlook. So we've got, first, think of it as hair. Think of your curler as the curling iron and the mascara as the hairspray that locks it in, and then don't curl all at once in one spot. I curl my lashes for about 15 seconds total. The best way to do this, I would say, this is just my personal strategy, is to hold for 10 seconds as close to your lash line as you can. Okay? Hold for 10 seconds there. Pretend that was 10 seconds. And then you want to work your way out a little bit on the lashes and go for 5. You're going to work on getting that nice curl, okay? Don't work your way out very far. You want to stay sort of close to where that initial clamp down was. And again, this is before you put mascara on. Stay kind of close because that's going to help you get that curve, okay? This bend can come also if you do your curl too far out on the length of the lash. You want to keep it fairly close to next to your lash line, so it's like one pretty close, 10 seconds, that's your main curl, and then one more just a little ways outward, and that is going to give you a little more of that curved effect rather than that single bend, okay? And you're going to get more bang for your buck, so to speak, because you want, the more of your lashes sticking up, the more is really visible on your, you know, on the whole look of your face, okay? When you curl only a little bit, then that's only a little bit turning up, and you don't really want that either. And another thing I'm going to address really quick right here while we're still talking about curling, I've had some questions like, can you still curl after you have mascara on? I do. I know it's maybe not the best thing to do. It's not a lengthy curl, and I really don't try to clamp down too hard, but I do find that I can kind of refresh my face without adding more mascara just by a quick, literally something like this. And they're back. And you just have to be careful not to tug on them, and you just have to use some common sense and be careful, you know. I think clamping down hard is going to perhaps have some problems between your mascara getting attached to this, and you don't want to pull on anything, but if you keep it light, you know, you can get away with something like that. Another old school trick would be to take a spoon and take the rounded back of the spoon and press it up against your eye, and that's like a real, like, last resort trick some people talk of. But last question is, you remember Diane mentioned, well, I use mascaras and then the curve goes straight. So the key there is look for fast drying mascara. And what's hard is there's none that advertise themselves as fast drying, you know. That's not a common thing. I want to just show you what I've been talking about here so we can all stay on track with the bullet points. But a fast drying mascara, think about that. I mean, when you're putting a wet, thick mascara that does not want to dry, the more time it spends wet, the more chance it has to weigh down your eyelashes. So look for those that are, you know, quicker drying, and that's easy for me to say because I've tried a lot. So you need to kind of take it from someone who has tried a lot of different mascaras. There's been a lot of trial and error to this. I'm going to give you 3 here. They're all drugstore. CoverGirl Fantastic Lash. It comes in a red tube. It's fast drying and it does not weigh your eyelashes down. Rimmel Volume Flash Mousse. I used to have that one, but I ran out and I actually had to pitch it a little bit ago. But Rimmel Volume Flash Mousse, another lightweight one, will definitely continue to respond to your curl, fast drying. And a third option that may be slightly heavier than those 2, but it's still fast drying and it will give you a more dramatic look, in my opinion, is the L'Oreal Hip High Intensity Pigments Mascara. All of those should be available at your local drugstore, so check those out and you know, try them for yourself. I know not everything works as well for every person, and sometimes after you've had the mascara for a little while, not past the expiration, not past the general 3 months you're supposed to have a mascara for, but after you've given it a few uses, sometimes the formula gets just right. Sometimes as soon as you get it, it's a little slick. I don't know what to say, but after you've used it a few times, it gets a little more air in the tube, and it gets a little bit drier and easier to work with. Just a thought. I've had a lot of observations over time. But again, Lash Curling 101, that was the topic of this week's You Ask question. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you guys have like kind of some visual ideas of what can make your eyelashes curl well, and some product recommendations there too. So please keep in mind when you ask questions, you know I am listening, and if at all possible, I will make a video out of it. So thanks a lot, guys.